as the foundation of that African identity and character, as to what we did as African, because we are the founders or the introducers of civilization. So the calendar that we are reintroducing, it's nothing new. It's what Okhokho bethu used to use, before colonization, and it's based on the oldest stone calendar in the world. Ela Mpumalanga, Ubab Credo calls it Inzalo Yelanga, but abelungu bayibiza Adam's calendar. I'm sure people can research that. So it is based on that, and that calendar, it's a solar calendar. Solar calendar, it marks the 4 cardinal points. The 2 equinoxes and the 2 solstices, meaning the spring equinox, the summer solstice, the autumn equinox, and the winter solstice. So every time there's that alignment, those stones that are forming the Inzalo Yelanga, the oldest stone calendar. So we go there, as per these cardinal points, to go and look at and witness, the shadows that appear on those, blocks of stones. As an example, when it's spring equinox, or whether it's winter solstice, or whether it is the summer solstice, there's a shadow that we always witness, which then confirms that alignment. And that calendar is also aligned to the 3 stars of the Orion belt. Of the Orion star formation. Those 3 stars of the Orion belt are aligned with 3 stones, there at that side. And also just a little bit distance away from there are 3 pyramids, which then marks the beginning of the Giza complex. The Giza complex was refined in Egypt, but it started here on the southern part of the continent, so which then confirms the beginning of civilization, which civilization was ushered in by the people who were living on the southern part of the continent. Then they went to the north and refined everything. That is why you find the same stone calendar in Egypt, but that one in Egypt, it's younger, in terms of its age, than the one that is here. And it's along the very same line, which is called the Golden Meridian, which is the true meridian, which our ancestors used to mark the time. So it's along the same line. So when you look at Inzalo Yelanga and you look at the calendar in Egypt, it's along the same line, and that is the same line where the Giza complex was actually built. The Great Pyramid, it's along that line, and that was the marker for timekeeping. So Tina, as Africans, we use that to calculate time, because that is the true meridian. Abelungu, they came with the greenish meridian, which then took us off. That is why we are able to move. So lose almost 6 hours. So it doesn't make sense, because time is calculated based on the rising of the sun in the morning. So when you calculate what Westerners call 7 in the morning as the beginning or the first hour of the day, when you go in the evening lower to 6 12, you then get 12 hours of the day, because from the 6 in the morning, according to the Western time frame, that is the first hour of the day for us Africans, because our calculation is based on the rising of the sun. So when you calculate from that until 6 in the evening, you get 12 hours. Then another 12 hours from that 6 into another 6 a.m. in the morning is 12 hours, which makes 24 hours. So our ancestors never broke the time into 12 o'clock, uzoshaya, just like now it was 12, because 12 always divides either night or day. always 12 o'clock, Lagune 12 o'clock, Mauti, at 10 past 12, it's either starting to be at night or it's starting to be in the morning. So we are trying to realign all those things so that as African people we have a base, because the calendar is the beginning of science, beginning of our spirituality, is the origins of almost anything, chemistry, everything. It was started, by them observing, the stars during the night.
Mm-hmm.